Hey, welcome back. I'm William.
I'm Kina.
And we are the Nerdyweds. And today we're discussing ways that you can get in more games.
And it's really for us because we have all of these games and we're just pretty much becoming collectors because
there's a game set up in front of us right now.
Yeah, and we can play it. We can do 2-player, but we have all of these 3+ games that are just sitting on the shelf because we have no one to play them with.
Well, we had Jake and Linda, but schedules and conflicts and work and all these other things
and we can't keep them tied up in the game room forever. Did I say that out loud?
We're supposed to talk about that.
So, on another note, while we gathered you here today, let's just go ahead and talk about the ways that we all can get more board games in our life, more playing of board games. That's the key point.
Yeah.
So, the first thing I wanted to bring up is board game cafes or stores, comic book shops, those type of places, because they often will have game nights or the ability for you to just come in anytime, bring a game or use one of their games to play.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of really great game stores, and one of the hallmarks of a really great board game store is a library, where they have a bunch of games that are labeled, they're open, they're ready to play. And a lot of them, you just walk in and you say, I want to play that game. And they got tables, and you go over and you sit down with your friends or make new friends there and play games. And it's that simple. Some might charge a small fee. I know there was one in Texas, I think, that I went to. No, it was in Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Also in Utah when we went, they charged $5.
But you got that off your food.
Yep.
So, yeah, they can be great places to meet people, especially if it's in your local community. Meet people that play games in your local area. That's always a bonus. That allows you to get more games in. Well, support your local board game store if you got one. You're lucky enough to have one. Second topic I think I could think of is, like most board gamers, you probably have a collection of games. It might not be an extensive collection, but they are some of your favorites. You don't generally buy games you don't like. And have friends over to your house. Set games up on the dining room table.
Host a game night.
Yeah.
We were trying to do that where we did a game night once a month, but it's proving kind of difficult with all of the travel, with your work, and then cruises, and then other events that friends have that fall on the day that we plan to do a game night. But that is okay, because if a friend is hosting a game night, that's just as good. So either host a game night yourself or go to a friend's game night. Convince a friend to host one.
Yeah. Things happen. You can't make it. Like last night was a game night at a friend's house. We couldn't make it because she was under the weather and she didn't want to risk getting anybody else sick. So yeah, that's a great way to get in some games, is invite people over to your place or find out if a friend's doing it and join in or create something new.
And another way to get in some more board game play is to go to board game conventions. And that's one of my favorite ones, because you will have a library that's there at the convention with so many games that you haven't had an opportunity to play, but you want to play, and you can play them and then decide if you want to buy it instead of buying it and then not having anyone to play it with, or finding out you spent all of this money and you don't like it. When you go to a board game convention, everyone who is there are there to play games. So you have a captive audience, and you don't have to go
and keep them captive in the corner of the game room.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to play games, just to play board games. But
Said we'll feed you after Zombicide.
So board game conventions, but also regular conventions like Comic Cons usually have a small library of games, and they usually have a little small game room that you can go in and play games. So always check out your Comic-Cons, check them out as well for the potential to play some board games and find people to play games with.
And some of the great board game conventions we've been to, such as we just did Escape from Winter. We're getting ready, we're gearing up to do Dice Tower in July, and we've been to Game and Party Con.
Yes.
Those conventions, Game and Party Con is an exception to this, but the other two, 24 hours. You go to the convention, if the convention starts Wednesday morning and ends Sunday, if you have the endurance, you could literally get in the game room Wednesday morning.
Challenge! Challenge!
But the game rooms are open 24 hours. There are people in there playing until the wee hours of the morning. And it's really awesome. The libraries were open 24 hours. You can go in and get a game anytime you wanted. It's just a really cool, laid back experience with a bunch of people that are there who want to play games with you.
So if you're gonna be at Dice Tower, that's the challenge.
Don't do this. You will die.
Do it. You know, we should host this competition and people sign up, and whoever is the last person standing for staying there to game wins whatever prize that we have. Do it on like a Saturday, 11:59. No, midnight, because that starts the Saturday, and see who will be the last
Sunday?
Person standing. Yeah.
We don't want to do it on the last day of the
Okay,
convention.
then Friday. You know, we
gotta
we
give
have
at least
to
one night they can go to sleep
we
before they
have
gotta
to
check out
work
the
this-
hotel.
Fine. I mean, you know, that's the horror lover in me that's kicking in. Like, I would like to watch crap burn.
She just wants to
you
watch
know?
the world burn.
So we will be a little bit kind and do it on a Friday. So let us know in the comments if you think this is a viable idea, because I think it is. And of course.
Of course.
We're gonna record it for their viewing pleasure. Why not? So yeah, that's one that I really like. It's doing a game convention, board game convention. You can get in a lot of gameplay. And if we have not posted it yet, look out for our wrap up for February.
I
think,
yeah.
Because that's the one where we did Escape Winter and got in a bunch of games, right?
A bunch of games.
So look out for that. If we've already posted it and you haven't watched it yet, watch it, because
Well, she got in a bunch of games.
you got, for the amount of time that you were
I had
there.
to work. I had to work.
And I did too. So I wasn't there the full con either. I was just there a day longer than you.
Yeah.
But for the amount of time you were there, I feel like you got in a lot.
Some quality games.
Yeah.
in.
So what's the next way we could get in more gameplay?
There is one good side effect of the virus of unknown origin. And that is a proliferation of really high quality online ways to play board games. You have Tabletop Simulator, you have Tabletopia, and Board Game Arena, to name three. You can get in, like a Discord, you can get in and do social deduction games just in Discord alone. D&D on Discord, they have great tools in Discord to help you set up D&D campaigns and stuff like that. If you can't get out, or you're traveling like I am, and you want to get in games with your friends, you can still set up an online game and you can still play with them. Hell, you got friends in Georgia, Canada, or wherever they are. You can get on one of these sites and play those games with them, no matter where they are in the world.
And you do have friends who want to do that with you. Joe,
yeah.
And then also me, because with you traveling a lot, even though I don't like the whole online thing, with all of the travel, that's what's getting in the way of our gameplay. So we have to adapt, we being me. So we are going to do more of that, and we will record some of it so you guys can see my shenanigans and how much of a hot mess I am, because he thinks it will be entertaining. He just basically wants more people to laugh at me.
It's more when we do the board or the video game stuff that she becomes a really hot mess.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. But yeah,
Well, we're going to be doing that future segment coming soon.
So online is a great way to get in more gameplay, but we prefer in person. So some more ways that you can get more in-person gameplay. Our last one is just to get creative and look outside of the box. Try things like Meetup. If you don't see anything about games there, then create something yourself. Same thing with going to your local community centers, your local libraries, because they often have like book clubs. Well, now they have board game clubs. And if they don't have one, start one. Because I'm actually looking into that myself for one of our libraries, is to start a local board game club. And if I do it, because I can be a real introvert.
You? No.
Yeah, it's so weird. So many people who do YouTube and podcasts are introverts.
Socially.
Yes, and socially awkward. But if I do it, I will, maybe I'll post something about it here. I don't know. But I'll at least let them know if I do it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some great ways. Like she said, get with your local community centers, rec centers, parks. Find out from your parks department whether or not they do have anything going as far as board games. You might find out your local library has a small board game library itself, but they might not know that there's more to board games than Monopoly. They might not understand that we are in the Renaissance, the golden age of board games right now. And there are so many wonderful games out there that most people, your friends and family included, and I'm sure you've experienced this, they have no idea what board games are. They think they do, but they don't.
Yeah, he's right. There are all times. Yeah, he's right. It hurt my heart to say you were right.
I know.
And now this is
like, wait, this doesn't feel right.
The third time that I say it. Yeah, he's right. There are all types of games out there that will be of interest to anyone in your family, and that will be good for any age in your family. And it's a great way to bring everyone together. And it's not that expensive.
No.
One game, you might pay a lot for one game. You don't have to. But if you do, if you enjoy that game, you're going to play it for years.
Yeah.
So and to me, it can be an expensive hobby.
Yes, it
but
can.
it does not have to be.
But that's a video for another day.
It is. It really is.
That pretty much covers the gambit. If there's anything you can think of that we forgot, because I'm sure there are a lot of ways to get in more games than we've covered in this, let us know in the comments below. We'd certainly love to find more ways to get in more games. Until next time, like, comment, and subscribe, and
stay nerdy.